Suckup, the man tasked with getting this one started. And we are underway from Atlanta. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time.
And they'll be led out by Marcus Mariota, former second overall pick back in 2015, now in his 8th season in the league.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
To throw quickly, here's Mariota. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Mariota's throw on target to James.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Mariota now.
Got this complete to the tight end Pitts.
Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to bring up second down.
Well, this defense for the Buccaneers, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
Logan Hall fighting through and dropping him for the sack. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Good coverage there by Carlton Davis.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield of man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. White now to return. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
Tampa Bay coming out along with a man who needs no introduction, the great Tom Brady.
Well, we've all seen what Tom Brady can do on a football field for a couple of decades now. But how about his most impressive accomplishment? Moving to a different franchise and taking them to a Super Bowl title as well. Not many players can continually stiff-arm Father Time the way that he has.
Now Herbert to start the drive. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. Past the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, next-gen stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour.
So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, always end up winning games for you.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. Third and short yardage. Mariota. Oh, they would have gotten a conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. On the return, it's White. 35 yards that time on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
With the Bucs offense making their way back out on the field, let's take a look at the playoff picture, Charles, coming into the weekend in the NFC.
And you can see, as many of you already know, they have clinched the NFC South. But as it stands, Charles, they would still need to host a game on Wild Card Weekend.
And that's a good thing for them, because coming out of your division, getting to the playoffs with an opportunity to host to start the playoffs, that's a pretty good way to get things going. Whoever came out of this division, we knew that they were going to be playoff ready, and this team certainly is.
A first carry for Rachaad White.
And he's got some space here.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. That time a little misdirection really seemed to fool the defense.
And think of it this way. From the time you're in high school, you're taught to watch film and pick up tendencies. Sometimes they can use those against you, though, when they break their own tendencies and hit you back the opposite direction, huh?
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Opting to run again here with White. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling, and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
40 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're taking a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Tom Brady with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes.
And the Bucs lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
Extra point up and good by Succop. And it's now 14-0. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And Kttn capped things off with a touchdown grab.
Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10.
Beginning on the ground with Patterson.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On second down, a run with Patterson.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On third down, Mariota. That's Cordero Patterson hauling it in. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 24 yards.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
1st and 10, it's Patterson.
And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From the gun, Mariota. Over the middle, complete. That's James. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 31-yard line.
Give to Patterson, running to the right, to the 27-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 27, Mariota. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 14. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 9-yard line.
A right side run with Patterson.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it.
Touchdown, Falcons! Cordero Patterson, his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Falcons have cut it back within a score.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And the Falcons score to cap it off.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. Still going. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
So now the other return teams out there, as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Marcus Mariota and the Falcons offense back onto the field. He had the short touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll begin again here on 1st and 10.
Play fake. Mariota.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
On 2nd and 10, Mariota throwing the out route incomplete. It's James. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Mariota. James has got it. Complete. Swatty. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
To the air again. Mariota. His pass caught at the 4. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Gain of 5 brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
On play action, Mariota. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Devin White came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He opted to go with his scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight for the belt buckle, because where it goes, that's where you find his body. And he was able to get in there and make a great play.
And the next-gen stats tell the story as he was traveling at better than 19 miles an hour. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Offense heading back out, and with them comes Rachaad White.
He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Oh, look at the juke. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That play going for 16. Start the drive, first down.
And the Buccaneer first down.
Now Brady. And he fires one that's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the
INT, and the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception. And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
To throw again on second down. Mariota.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Carlton Davis picks it.
And the Bucs will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Well, Week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside.
The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10 at their own 43. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. To throw, it's Brady.
Open man is Brady downfield.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Brady.
He'll get that out to the flat to White.
The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do?
Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted.
And the Falcons are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it, and it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
But Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they wanted to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
So it's all down to this, Week 18 on the NFL schedule. And that means that once we sort things out, we'll all be set for our second ever Super Wild Card weekend, which I think everyone agrees was a runaway success last year. We got 2 games coming up on Saturday, 3 more on Sunday, and then we'll put a bow on it Monday night.
Back to it after the pick 6. Mariota. Rush coming, and he he's taken down. Joe Tryon coming in from that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Only 30 minutes left in the regular season, and everybody's excited for the playoffs, so we're just going to forget the halftime show and get back to the football.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
And they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
That's out to his running back, Fournette. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Brady gives this to White.
47 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
On second down, they'll run with White. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
Now they'll throw with Brady. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 24-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. On first down, Brady.
He's got Otten. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on third down. Again, it's Brady. That's complete to White. Touchdown!
Rashad White.
A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bucs take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point put through by Suckup, and they open the lead up now to 25.
Falcons 10. Ryan Suckup to kick off for Tampa Bay.
Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Falcons offense making their way onto the field. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC.
Well, here we sit, week 17, just one more week in the regular season after this one. So if you're one of these teams trying to make a move and improve your spot or jump in from the outside, Charles, you better make that move now.
And these final games are often a good barometer for all those teams fighting for position or a wild card spot. They have to be able to get the job done these last 2 weeks before things get even tougher when the playoffs officially begin.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Mariota. He's got a man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 36 yards on the play.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Mariota on 1st down.
Throws right back to London, complete again. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard. At the Bucs 30-yard line.
Out of the gun, a run with Patterson.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
On 1st down, going back to Patterson. He'll take it inside the 25. Now that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And I mean, you're at the point here, 3rd quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line, because if you're a pass rusher, you're not even thinking about them running the football. All you're doing is getting into that sprinter stance and going after the quarterback.
Here's Mariota. Pass complete to Bird out right here. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
One more time with Patterson.
And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to... Back now in Atlanta. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
Throwing is Mariota. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Cordero Patterson with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Falcons are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points, but he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down with this deficit. He might need to score a couple more times to give them a chance.
Following the touchdown, here's Kttn to kick off. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this out to the 25.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. Starting on the ground with Herbert. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
On 2nd down, a run with Herbert.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On third down, Herbert.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
1st and 10 now for the Falcons, and Mariota
at their own 15. To throw, Mariota.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it.
And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Extra point up and good by Succop. And they open the lead up now to 25.
Buccaneers 42.
A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Mariota.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Throw left side. There's London. Finding space at the 40.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A 1st down throw for Mariota.
Got this complete to the tight end Pitts.
So nothing doing there, and it's 2nd down. Again, it's Mariota.
Going for Kyle Pitts again. He's got him again.
And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 38-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Now Mariota. James has got it. Complete.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
12 more yards. That's another Falcons 1st down. 1st and 10.
1st down, Mariota. Being chased out left. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. first down. Here's White. It's the Pro Bowler Jamie Collins that makes the stop.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down the game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line. 1 yard away changes what you're playing.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
So he had the nice run to get him down there, was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
Extra point put through by Succop. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Ryan Succop to kick off for Tampa Bay.
Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. 1st and 10 now for the Falcons, and Mariota
at their 25-yard line. To throw is Mariota. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete.
Finding room at midfield.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big pickup of 38.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Mariota's throw caught by Bird here. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Mariota now to throw on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. That's James.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Mariota. And this is going to be intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it.
And the Buccaneers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Going right side is White. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
To throw, it's Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a gain of 10. 1st down, Buccaneers.
They will run with White out of the shotgun.
Takes it to about the 37.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high